everyone, my name is Aditi, and today's video is going to be a little different. As you have already read, the topic of today's video is why highly sensitive empaths are a magnet to unhealed people. And we're going to talk about highly sensitive empaths through the spiritual point of view, not science point of view. Although science has also proven that highly sensitive people have heightened mirror neurons in their brain. That's why they are more susceptible to other people's emotions, which makes them more empathetic. So, science also proves it. But today, we're going to talk about why we attract people who put their rage, anger, pain on us. And I'm going to share my own story as well. And my hope is this video will help you heal this part of yourself because I took a long time to realize and get out of this pattern. So, my hope is this video can make you realize this sooner and you get out of this pattern sooner. So, I'll be sharing my own experiences and how it affected me as a child. I want to start by sharing that how people react to you is rarely about him. It took me so much time and healing to fully grasp this concept, like to fully grasp this concept in my heart, in my soul. But I hope you realize this faster because you really do not have to carry other people's pain. It was never your duty to begin with. For most of my life, I've seen my sensitivity as a curse. I would get scared easily. I was in a conscious state of anxiety. But on the flip side, I have always been very optimistic person who would find joy in little things. My sensitivity made me feel everything more deeply and I did not know how to contain it. I was surrounded by emotionally immature adults who burdened me continuously with their own problems. It really affected my self concept, my ability to trust people, open up to people, and made me super lonely because I lost connection with my own self. I was also magnet for unhealed people like from childhood. And I still remember many incidents where teachers, colleagues, or even random people would just come at me and start venting out for no reason. I would not being naughty. I was just minding my own business, sitting there, and they would just come and put their rage on me for no reason at all. And I would just sit there in silence because I would just get frozen. I would just freeze in that moment because I did not know why that adult is putting that much hate and anger on me for no reason. And it never made sense. Never made sense to me why these strange things are happening to me. I never told it to anyone because I had nobody who I can share it with. I was in disbelief most of the time that it happened to me. I remember again an incident. I was in seventh grade. One day, my computer teacher just stared at me. We were in the classroom, and I did not know what triggered in her, but she just started venting out in front of the whole class, targeting me. But I did not do anything, and she was saying things like she she says she's a good person, but she's not. She is so malicious. She pretends to be something, but she is someone else. And God knows what she was saying. And she was very angry. And it was like, and nobody stood up for me. And it was like, and these incidents would happen at home, outside, at school, or randomly also sometimes. And since I was a child, it really scared the shit out of me. And I would be in shock what just happened to me. Because nobody would come to apologize later, nobody would take responsibility that it happened. Uh, Next day, they would just start ignoring me. Like, they would never accept that this happened. And even the people who were there when that this thing happened, nobody came to me and said that, oh, that was not okay, that happened to you. So I never got that closure from anyone. Like, why did that happen to me? Why did you do this to me? I could never put my anger or speak out that why are you doing this to me, because I was a child. But then when I became an adult, then also it happened. Because one time I remember I was in office and my boss was shouting at me in front of everyone. Like, whole office was there, even the HR was sitting right next to us, but nobody said anything. Like, nobody stood up for me. And it made me realize this is happening again and again in my life. That means it is a pattern, and that led me to start my own healing journey, doing the inner work, inner child healing, heal your life, and everything. And then I finally understood that it was never about me. I was mirror for their pain. I did not know that I was a highly sensitive child, highly sensitive person, but I was very attuned to everyone as a child, and these people just needed someone else to clean their own stuff. Most people do not take responsibility of their own emotions, and they just want to vent out and burden someone else with it. And I could only transform this curse of sensitivity to a gift, to my greatest gift, when I started my healing journey, the journey inward. It was the gift of sensitivity, which I was not given the tools to handle and enhance. The adults in my life were taking advantage of my empathy, kindness, and using me as a venting machine. But I am more than that. When I stopped chasing external validation, even from my parents, then real change started to happen. And I know it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but I am saying it's possible. It was not an overnight thing, but I slowly started building an an authentic connection with myself again. Because when I grew up and these things happened, I disconnected from my own self, numb myself because I was really scared. And being just me was not loved and accepted. I was not protected by the adults in my life. And I learned that I'm the problem, but I was never the problem. So, healing helped me be that container for myself, give that protection to myself, and now I'm able to shine and grow myself as a highly sensitive person. As they say, healing is not about becoming someone, it's about remembering who you are in the first place and unlearning all the limitations others have put on you. So their rage was never mine to carry. I was never the problem. I was mirror for them. And I now refuse to be a pinching bag for their emotional garbage now. I hope my story helped you, and I'm going to also summarize why highly sensitive people are a magnet to unhealed people in these 5 points. So first is you reflect what others avoid. So, as I said, you are just a mirror. People carry shame, rage, insecurity, guilt, and all these emotions. And when you, as a highly sensitive person who is grounded, peaceful, it unconsciously triggers for them. Your presence acts like a mirror, reflecting their inner chaos. They don't know what to do with that reflection, so they project it onto you through blame, criticism, or even random emotional burst outs. So they can't see you happy because they're unhappy inside and you are just a mirror for them. It was never about you. Second is your energy feels safe. When you're empathetic, non judgmental, others feel safe to let out their pain in front of you. You feel like a soft landing for them. And so they went out, they offload on you. They use you as an emotional container, and even when you didn't ask for it. Third is you have light, they are in shadow. So your sensitivity, calmness, inner light highlights their disconnection with their own self. Instead of being inspired by you, it can make them uncomfortable because you represent what they haven't healed inside them. And sometimes that discomfort turns into an unconscious attack. So they're not doing it consciously. It's very unconscious or subconscious. Fourth is you do not have strong boundaries yet. Sensitive souls, highly sensitive people, empaths are not taught how to set emotional, energetic, physical boundaries. If you grew up with seeking validation, people pleasing, believing that kindness means self sacrifice from adults in your life, from your parents, then you're more likely to attract takers and emotional dumpers in your life. And fifth, it's a pattern from your childhood. So it began from your childhood. You were raised in an emotionally unsafe environment where your parents were not emotionally available or even narcissistic. And you may have learned to hold space for them, to vent out, and it was not your responsibility, but it is what you had to do to survive as a child. That childhood role, the peacemaker, the caretaker, emotional sponge, becomes a pattern you unknowingly keep repeating in adulthood as well. So, this is a learned pattern. This is, you can break this pattern. So, what now? You recognize it's not your fault. It was never your fault. The reaction is about them, not you. You learn how to set boundaries, say no, and remember you're not a dumping ground for them. You are a sacred space. I will share a small story about a Buddhist monk I read a few years ago. I don't remember the real name of the story because it has been so many years, but it always comes to mind when I reflect on all these things. I've come to take that story in my heart and understand it deeper and deeper every time I remember it. And now I can say I completely understand or feel that story. Because even if you notice when you are angry, or if you have vented out to someone, or you got angry at someone, really triggered by someone, it was not about them. It was about what hurt you, why they did not do what you wanted, and that made you feel like you were not appreciated, or they did something which hurt you. So it is never about them. It is what it made you feel, and then it turned to anger. So anger is never about the other person, it is what you are feeling. And you can always choose to stop, breathe, and then respond instead of react when you are feeling angry, right? So the story is a Buddhist monk wanted to meditate in silence and peace. So he would always find a place and sit there and start meditating. But unfortunately, people always disturbed him. They didn't remain quiet. He would get irritated by people shouting or not being sensitive. Like he's doing such a noble thing. He's meditating. He wants to spread peace, but nobody is letting him be in peace. So one day he decided that let me go in the middle of a lake, sit in a boat, and then I will meditate peacefully in that boat, and nobody will disturb me. So he took a boat, rowed it to the middle of the lake, and sat there. And finally, he thought now all alone he would sit there, meditate in peace. So we started meditating, closing his eyes and started meditating. But not not very uh, and just after some time he noticed that something is poking in the boat, something is poking on the boat, and he got so irritated. His eyes were still closed and he was so irritated, like I have come all this way in the middle of the lake and still people cannot give me peace and let me be alone and meditate for God's sake. And he opened his eyes and started shouting, but he could not see anyone in around him. And then he noticed that there was a rock that was making the boat. Um, then he noticed that boat was actually poked by a rock, and that's why it was being unstable. There was no one there. It was just a rock. So then the realization hit him, and then he got enlightened, and he finally understood, oh, it was never about people. The anger was inside me. People were only bringing it out. The irritation, the anger was always inside him. People were just bringing them out. So it was a very deep realization for him, and he became enlightened. So, what you can take from this story is you can always choose how to respond to a situation. It's not about others, it's about what it is making you feel. I hope this story helped you as well in seeing things from a new perspective, helps you heal this pain inside you of constantly attracting unhealed people. I can also help you unlock your gifts and break free from these patterns. So if you want to work personally with me, one-on-one coaching, I offer one-to-one coaching. You can check out and book a 30 minutes free call. Let's understand, and I will hold space for you. And if we are the right fit for each other, you can work with me. So if that's something you want to do, you can check out and book your one-to-one call with me. And I really hope this video helped you. And thank you for listening to me. See you next week. Bye.